hear about the wildfires that always happen in California. See, and quick question, can anyone guess and say how many acres burned during the Australia wildfires? Anyone want to take a guess? Yeah. It was 12.6 million acres. That's 2 Belgiums. That's what burned over in Australia. And the problem with Australia is it wasn't just one fire, it was many bushfires that was going on at the same time, so it was hard to deal with it. And so that's why I wanted to bring it to the attention and inform y'all on how to prevent wildfires. So it turns out the National Park Service found out that 9% of the fires are started by humans. So it's not an issue of really lightning strikes or things sparking, it's more like weird issue. And so I wanted to look up and see what is the thing that is the main problem that starts wildfires. And it turns out that 25% of wildfires are caused by trash burning, and this is coming from climatechange.org, 7% arson, and 4% campfires. So that means that the issue is people are going into the forest, they're burning trash, they're not looking up what their area looks like, they're not asking maybe park rangers, or they're not even researching what is actually allowed to be burned in the area. And so the issues could be, the only thing you could really burn is you can paper products. You want to stay away from any plastics because it takes longer to burn. And then another problem that happens when you burn fire in the woods is you need to make sure you bring enough people. The problem is you're going to go out there and you're going to burn 4 trash bags. If you're one person, then you're not going to be able to control the fire if it gets out of control. And so that's why they recommend if you burn one trash bag, bring 2 people. If you bring 6 trash bags, you need to bring at least 10 people, so if it starts spreading, you can still handle the situation. And then also, they informed you to ask about wildlife officials. So just research the area and everything around there. And then also, certain thing that I found interesting personally was that you would need to pay attention to landscapes. It's important to be informed about the area that you're going to burn. In the academic journal, Climate Risk Management by Ajahn Gerard, it discusses trees and wildlife. Basically, did y'all know that trees have a low burn period, a medium burn period, and a high burn period? Can anyone guess what would be a high burn type of tree? Yes.
Been dried out and then.
Yes. And then what do we think would be a slow burn type of tree?
Rainforests, very saturated.
Yes, exactly. So basically a slow type of burn tree is going to be super leafy. It's going to be, you're going to get your oaks, you're going to get your maples, and you're going to get your elm trees. And then for high risk burn trees, it's anything with basically pine needles on it that's super dry. And you're going to get your cedars, your cypress, and your pines. So if you're going out there to burn trash or start campfires or anything, stay away from those trees. You can go to your leafy trees that are very pretty aesthetically. You can burn over there, but stay away from the dry ones. And also just be aware to move to a concrete area. So if you're gonna barbecue, then move it to a concrete slab, so just in case something sparks, it doesn't set anywhere on fire. And then some things to avoid fires. So you just wanna make sure that you do not, no fireworks. If you're smoking a cigarette or anything, do not throw it out. And then also leaving the campfire. So in a book dealing with wildfires, it deals with campfires, and they say that campfires, even if you extinguish them almost all the way and there's just a little ember left, they still need to be considered just as dangerous as fires that are fully lit. Because if you leave it, then it can come back and it can take over. So overall, and then you also need to watch out for barbecues and then look into local camping laws, because they will have regulations for burning also. And so overall, I just kind of gave you all a rundown of the trees to look out for, told you a little bit of the Aussie fires, and then also just camping and stuff like that. And something I want to leave you with is, you guys know California, you know their mascot, Smokey the Bear, and he always says, does anyone know what he says?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Only you can prevent wildfires. And to kind of leave you with that, I've got Smokey the Bear stickers. I can pass it around. So, and that's it. You can pass.